What's going on, everyone? Coach Dorston here. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It's Monday, getting ready for another great week, so let's get after it for another Hornets at-home workout. Got our whiteboard ready to go. Starting off with our warm-up. Again, if you need to, go check out the first couple videos where we go over the warm-up, show you what you need to do to get your body prepped and ready to go so you're firing on all cylinders for this workout. Then we've got our number one, we've got our 10-yard sprints. If you can, I'm about to say I know it's kind of cruddy outside today, but see if you can't find some spots to do some sprints today. So again, make sure that you have plenty of space to actually do your sprint, go over the area, make sure there's not any holes, rocks, anything like that you might hurt yourself on. And again, make sure you have plenty of room after your ending point so that you can slow down. We don't want to see you stomping through the finish line and possibly hurting yourself like that. Then we've got our 2A and our 2B, and we've got broad jumps, 3 by 4 of them. And then it's going to be lateral bear crawl, 3 by 30 seconds. Again, this is going to be a superset. So we've got our 2A, so you'll do a set of the broad jumps, and then you'll do a set of the lateral bear crawls, taking a little bit of time in between the exercises. And then once you get done with your bear crawls, give yourselves about 15 to 30 seconds before you start with that next set of the broad jumps. Then we've got our 3A and our 3B. We've got Nordic hamstring curls, 3 by 5 of those. And then we've also got our W slides, 3 by 15. Again, another superset, so keep that in mind. 4A and 4B, we've got our 1.5 squat for our A, 3 by 8 to 10. And then for our B, we've got 8-second eccentric push-ups. And then for our finisher, and that'll be 3 by 6 to 8. Then our finisher will be 20 reverse lunges and then 30 toe touches. And that'll all be for time. So let's get right into it. We've already done our warm-up at this point, and then we've already done our sprints. So the very first thing we have is broad jumps. So again, we're starting in that snap down position, making sure that we're getting our arms nice and tall towards the ceiling or toward the sky, depending on where you're at. We're up on our toes. And remember, we're going to be driving down. So getting into that nice athletic position. So knees should be tracking over our toes. Our shoulders and chest should be a little bit in front of our knees and our toes. And then we're pushing our hips back, making sure that we're not rocking back on our heels with that. I want you to think of there's some gum, there's some glue on the bottom of your feet, and they're driving into the ground, making sure that whole foot stays in contact. Then we're exploding out. And then when we catch ourselves at the end, we're getting back into that athletic position. So remember, we're putting on the brakes, really trying to stop ourselves, not squatting too low with that. So getting up nice and tall, snapping down, laying out, and catching ourselves just like that. Then give yourself just a second to walk back. Again, starting nice and tall again, snapping down, exploding out, catching ourselves right there. Make sure you hold that athletic position for just a second before you walk back. Then we'll have our lateral bear crawls. If you want to do this for distance, again, if you have your 5, 6, 7 yards, whatever that is, it's fine. Just make sure you're going the same distance each way. If you're doing it inside and you're going for that 30 seconds, again, start your timer. Make sure you take about 2 or 3 steps going to your right, 2 or 3 steps going to your left, trying to just even that out. So remember, we're down, toes digging into the ground. Our knees are right under our hips or just a little bit behind them. Hands right under shoulders. And then we're pulling our shoulder blades back and down. So trying to tuck those shoulder blades into our pockets. Then we're tightening up our core. So kind of like when we're doing the cat-cows. So remember, tucking it under. Going up, knees should be hovering just right above the ground. And then we're opposite arm, opposite leg. So that's 3 steps going to my right. 2, 3, back to my left. We're going 30 seconds back and forth, making sure we're not going too fast. Again, if you need to make it a little harder, you can put like a shoe or something on your back, a cone, to make sure you're not wobbling too much. If that cone or that shoe falls off, you know that your hips are rocking too much. We're trying to go nice and slow, nice control with this. Then we've got our Nordic hamstring curls. I haven't showed you them in a while, so we'll just go over them again. Please make sure that you have a nice, sturdy couch, something with a lot of weight, or if someone is at home and can kind of hold your ankles, go for it. My setup here is not the best, but it'll be just fine for the demonstration. So remember, we're putting our ankles, our feet, under whatever sturdy surface you have, or again, if you have someone at home who can kind of hold your ankles, go for that and make sure they're really pushing down. Then we're pulling our shoulder blades again, down and back with this, tucking those shoulder blades into our pocket, tighten up our glutes. We should have a straight line from our knee all the way to the top of our head. And then we're going as slowly as we can, forward, forward, forward. And then once you can't go any farther, you can let yourself drop. Make sure you have your hands out in front of you so you can catch them. And then I'm not just pushing myself straight back up. I'm lifting and then pulling with my hamstrings and glutes as well. So again, make sure everything's nice and tight. Hands are ready. Going, going, going. And then catching myself, pulling with everything. Just slightly give myself a push. Going through there. Then we've got our W slide. So we're gonna be down on our stomach. If you want a mat or anything, go for it, put it under you. If not, you can just lay on the floor, and you can add maybe some soup cans or something like that if you need a little weight for this. But I'm just gonna show you without anything. In our warm-up, we've done our W's and our Y's. It's just going to be going from the W to the Y with this. So setting up, now my lower half is dead. To say I'm not moving it. Then I'm starting out in that W position. So again, tucking our shoulder blades into our pockets. Again, I can't say it enough with this. So starting there, everything's nice and tight. Arms are off the ground. I'm thinking about pinching the shoulder blades together while pulling them back. And then I'm trying to hold that position as I move my arms. So going out, still pinching back there, extending, and then coming back down. That's one. Going out, back in, nice and slow with these. Again, we're actually trying to feel it kind of in the middle of our back, in between our shoulder blades. If you start to feel it right in your shoulders, make sure you're kind of readjusting, pinching those shoulder blades together, and then going. Don't be afraid to reset if you need to. And again, if it's too easy, you can add maybe some soup cans. If you have some really, really light weights, probably not going over 2 or 3 pounds of this, you can add those as well. Then we've got our 1.5 squat. So I'm gonna show you without anything first, and then I'll add some weight just to show you what that looks like. So with these, again, we're setting up our squat position. Then what's going to happen, I'm thinking about leading with my hips first. My feet are all staying on the ground, but my feet are staying flat on the ground, but I'm trying to push through my heels. And I'm sitting back, so going all the way down, coming up about halfway, going back down again, and then all the way back up. So going a little, but nice and controlled the whole time. And again, I like to kind of put my hands out in front, kind of give a little counterbalance, but going down, getting to my bottom, going up, halfway, back down, and then back up. Again, that's pretty easy. You can add some weight to this. So if you have any dumbbells, kettlebells, again, we're going with that goblet hold. If you don't have any free weights like that, I've got my backpack right here, which I have some books in, adding some weight to that. And then I want you to grab, we're tucking our elbows under. There's gonna be a goblet hold. So setting up again, and going down. Down to the bottom, keeping everything nice and loaded. Halfway up, back down, all the way up. Got those. Then we've got our 8-second eccentric push-ups. So again, we've done 3 seconds, 5 seconds of this. We're just increasing the time. So getting into our high plank position, push-up position. Hands will be just outside of the shoulders. maybe even right under the shoulders. I'd say whatever kind of feels comfortable there. Try not to bring them in too tight to your bodies, because then we're only hitting our triceps and not hitting a lot of chest there. So getting set up, shoulder blades pulled back, putting the shoulder blades in our pockets, tighten up my core, and then squeezing my glutes together. It should be like a moving plank. So then you can either count, or if you have a timer, you can set that, then going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, pushing back up. Again, we're really concerned about the eccentric part, so if you get to that bottom and you know you're not going to be able to push yourself back up, just put your knees down. So setting up, nice and tight, and then going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm putting my knees down, pushing back up like that, and resetting from there. Again, if that's too hard, you can decrease the time going down, so stick with the 5 seconds. If you need to, elevate your hands on like a step or something like that. Bringing your body up will make it a little easier on you. So, our last thing, our finisher, again, we've got 20 reverse lunges, and then we'll have 30 toe touches for time. Make sure you're still getting good solid, keeping good solid form with these. So our reverse lunges, it's going to be 20 total, so 10 on each leg. So staying up nice and tall, stepping back. Remember, keeping that foot in front, nice and flat on the ground. Our knee should not be going over our toe. And then our back leg should be making almost a straight line down. Stepping back, and then come back up, there, come back up. And as long as you have a nice solid form, you can go a little bit faster, and then you'll have 30 toe touches. So I think like that, we'll be down on our back, feet going straight in the air, and I do want you to try to think of pulling your toes towards your knees, and then we're going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, really trying to extend up, touching those toes. Stop your timer after you're done with both of those exercises. Record that number, send it to your coaches. We'll see you on Wednesday. Let's go, everyone.